Good evening, welcome back to Music Scrap, the Musical Scrapper, part 2 for this evening, and I forgot to press record. So the first thing I did was I took one of my one of my prints that I made in part 1, and I trimmed off the area around the edges that the jelly plate doesn't reach. I really wish they made an 8.5 by 11 jelly plate. I know that there is a company that does make one that's 8.5 by 11, but it's not even half as thick as the jelly plate, and from what I understand, it doesn't really work as well from any of the reviews that I've seen. So I'm going to be making a larger one, which will be better for this kind of project. So what I did was I trimmed off the edges that where the printing doesn't go to. All right, and I trimmed off about 3/4 of an inch, and then I because I'm going to use this to decorate the envelopes, and then I took what I had left and I simply cut it into 4 equal pieces. And then I took some 110-pound cardstock from Staples. I cut some in half this way. All right, so I cut some at 5.5. All right, and so this card can be used by whoever gets it this way, or it can be used this way. I'm not putting any sentiment or anything on it. It's a note card. Whoever gets it, they can add a sentiment if they want, or it can be just used as a thank you or hello, or along with a gift, send a quick note to someone. So that's all it is. These are note cards. Okay. I also cut a couple to go this way or this way. Then I had to hunt down my ATG gun, and I found it. So, we're back. Yes, I did, Carrie. I made them in part 1. Specifically one-sided ones so that I'm not wasting paint and so that they stick better. And they're at least flat on the one side that goes down to the note card. Of course, you can actually cut the paper and make a note card that way. So the front and back, and I might make a couple of them that way as well. We shall see. Getting it as close to the middle as I can. I'm not totally anal about having it completely in the middle. It's a handmade card. If it looks handmade, all the better. I mean, I don't want it totally crooked, but if it's a little off center, c'est la vie. I do like to get my tape right to the outside. Hey, Brenda, hi. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I make envelopes. Now, if you really wanted, you could trim down each side a little bit and make the card a little smaller, but I mean, really, what's the point? So now I'm going to take, whoops, Hold on, I need to grab some of my printer paper here. I make my envelopes with either printer paper or some old old scrapbook papers or whatever. It depends on the card and what they're going to be used for. I'm not so sure I could find some old pattern paper that would actually match this well, so I'm just going to use some white printer paper. Now, here's my A2 card. I made a label because the A2 one that's on here is a little bit big. Okay, so for A2 it's 8 by 8 and you start at 3.5. Okay, and I need 4 envelopes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I do have some envelope glue. Oh, I wonder if I can find it. I may have to find it later. But you can either use envelope glue or you can use, I'll show you what else I can use. Okay. So 8 by 8, and these, all 4 of these can be cut at the same time. So I'll cut the 1/2 inch off first. And then 3 inches off. I do that so I don't have to open the arm. These can be used for sentiments or stamping on, or I can... So then, whoops, you start at 3.5. So 3.5, you punch, and you score, turn, you line up the score line with that little punch, score. And I have to be careful when you're using copy paper. You don't want to score too hard. This is very basic geometry, why this works. Because, of course, your envelopes have 90-degree angles. And what does this make? A 90-degree angle. Duh. So, one more. So, as long as you have that first measurement correct, you get your 90-degree angles, then you can make any size envelope. And it doesn't have to start with a square page either, if you want to make a really unusual size envelope. Alright, so then I only round 3 of my corners because the 4th one I always trim off. Alright, this bottom unrounded corner is going to get trimmed off. And actually, I think I can do all 3 of these at the same time. Let's see what happens. Because it is fairly thin. Should probably only do 2 at a time, but I already did 1, so. Yeah, the flower punch board is, they all look cool, but I mean the box one I don't need because I can do all that on my silhouette. And not like I make a whole bunch of boxes anyway. Okay, so let's see how that turned out. making all three at the same time. Perfect. No problem. Oh, I forgot to round. So I round the 2 short ends and 1 of the long ends. The other long end. Whoops, I didn't get that in straight. Okay, doesn't really matter, that's going to be hidden anyway. The only one you really have to round is the top one that's going to fold down. Then I'm going to trim off the bottom end. So I simply fold up one side, put it against the edge, and I trim off an inch. Fold up the corner. This is all 3 at the same time. And trim off an inch. Okay. So, okay, bone folder, you ran away. I actually put it away. Huh, amazing. All right, the end that I trimmed off folds up. So then, put your glue along the edge of the one that you trimmed down. And I got it too close to the edge. Now I don't know where my envelope glue is, so I will use and of course you just leave the backing on until the person gets it. They take it off to seal it. So the envelope glue dries and then you can lick it to close it like normal. Hey Lisa! Hey, I showed your happy mail at the beginning. Thanks so much. Now, when I send, now obviously this kind won't work to put the envelope in like that. Okay, so I put it like this. So if they're long ones, I put the envelope inside. Okay, fold it over like that. Whoops, that didn't go so folded so straight there. Okay, now to plant for these other ones that are like this, I always fold the envelope point in and I put the card down inside, and there's your card and your envelope. So that's how I do it for that type. And for this type, the envelope goes in. first one that got deleted or the second one? No, the first one's okay. The Happy Mail was okay, Joycey. It was the second one that got deleted. When I tried to start re-recording again. Whoa. Okay. So I would have been better off just doing 2 at a time instead of the 3 because the folds got a little wonky, but that's all right. Oh, dang it. Okay, I have to put my score tape over that because I forgot what I was doing. Did the wrong edge. And then I'll just peel the rest of that off. Rub the rest of it off, I should say. Yay, Lisa. Woo. Brenda. Well, no, I did have to delete one, but it wasn't my one with my Happy Mail, thank goodness. Whew. Yeah, anything I can do to entertain you guys, I'm willing to do, obviously, and I proved that today. Hello. Where are we? Okay, now I'm going to make a set of smaller note cards. Okay, so for this version, tuck the flap in, put the card inside the envelope, and that's how I package it. Okie dokie. So there's 4 note cards, very quickly made. Okay, so I'm going to take one of my, let's take this one. Alright, so I'm going to make some smaller ones that would be like maybe gift card tags, maybe, to go with a gift. Oh, how cool is that? Very good idea, Carol. I just might have to do that with Till and Lisa. Just going to take a smidge off this edge. And just a sliver here. Okay, now, oh, I forgot to decorate the envelopes. Gosh, hold on. Okay, so like I said, I want to use this to decorate the envelopes. So it is 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need to do 2.5-inch strips. 2.5, because I have 4 envelopes. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is make them into little flags here. You can use a square punch, but since my square punch is way over there, I'm too lazy. I'm just going to eyeball the middle. I'm going to go up the center and then trim from the corner, trim from the corner. You could actually use a die as well. Two. Why make them instead of purchase them? Well, because I think it's a lot cheaper to use a piece of, because I didn't use cardstock, I just used printer paper, and I get like 500 sheets of printer paper for $14 at Costco, and I get 250 pieces of cardstock for $18 at Staples, or I can buy like 40 invitation envelopes for about $30. So I can make a lot more for the same. It's just a money thing. And I'm going to make some smaller ones so I can make my smaller envelopes the exact size I want to fit my card. That's why. But you can just buy the invitation envelopes, and now invitation envelopes will fit the A2 size card. But basically that's why. I did used to buy them before I had my punch board or my Martha Stewart board. That's all. That's the only reason. So, okay. Now, I guess I could probably find them online a lot cheaper. But to tell you the truth, I haven't really looked. So I think I'm going to put it that way. Make sure I find the top, so I don't want to put it on the wrong. You have to make sure anything you put on the outside of the envelope is well glued down. Exactly, Carrie, and it's fun. So, I did get some envelopes with some Christmas cards for like $1.50, and I got quite a few envelopes with the cards at my secondhand store, but they're not this size. So if I make some larger Christmas cards, they will work for that. So I will use, obviously I will use those. But I just haven't found any really cheap ones. Cheaper than just using my printer paper or my, see, lots of times when I make my cards like this, I'll use my leftover scrapbook paper or some scrapbook paper that I really like or whatever. And so then I will just use pattern paper for my envelopes. So that's another reason too. Okay. One, two. Oh, I've got mail. I switched my mail sound from the cash register to a boing. So it didn't seem to be. Yes, that's true, Carol. Yep, for sure. You can make them from whatever you want to make them from. Alright, so just checking to make sure I have it upside, the correct side facing up. That's 3, and one more. There. Okay, so there's 4 note cards all made. So now I'm going to make some smaller ones. And, oh gosh, I can't use this one for what I was going to use it for because it got all messed up on the back. Hold on. Okay. Darn it. Okay, hold on. There's the other one. Okay, so I'll use this one. Trimming off the edge. Now, since this uses, these all got messed up on the other side. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do them. I'm gonna have to do them the same way instead of. You can just take your paper, but see that's messed up on the inside, so. Alright. So I want to make my card so that it is, hold on, going to get out my magnifying app here on my phone so I can see my measurements here. Not my measurements, my envelope measurements. Jeez Louise. Okay, so I want to make a 2 by 3.5. Yeah, gift card. 2 by 3.5. 2 by 3.5. So all right. Okay, so 2 by 3.5. 3.5 and 3.5 is 7. So 2, 4, 6, 8. And it wants to be that way. 2 by 3.5. So 4 by 3.5 is what I need. Okay, so 4. And then by 3.5. 3.5. 3.5. 3.5. Okay, and then bye, Erica. Thanks for coming. Carrie's already got her next project planned. She's been away from her craft room too long. Now that she's got her jelly plate, she's back on track. That's great to see, Carrie. Back at it. Okay, so you get 6 little note cards. 3, 4, yeah. Gift tag note cards. Oh, darn, Jean, what are you doing, silly? Woo! And I have some ivory paper that I'll use for the envelopes for these ones. Exactly. Brenda, you could use like a couple of variations of green for your first layer, or red. Add some green accents, and then maybe gold or silver on your jelly plate for your Christmas cards. For your backgrounds, then you can stamp on top of that. Okay, so those are 2 by 3.5. So I want 3 1/4 by 1 3/4. So let's do, and I'm going to make them tall. Some of them anyway. So let's do 1 3/4 this way. By 2 3/4. I'll say that could be like envelope decoration, because these actually have butterflies on them. So 1 3/4. Where's the 2 3/4 take me? Right in the middle of that. So I'm going to start there because I want that butterfly on my card. And this one, I'm going to do the 1 3/4. Let's see. I'm going to do the 2 3/4 this way. And the 1 3/4 this way. So there's another one. And then I think I like this one. There's no butterfly on that, but that doesn't matter. I like that leaf right there. So let's try and get that in the picture. There. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. So, and I've got more leftovers to do even more. But for now, I'll do the 6. And this one I'm going to... What? Oh no. I didn't get them all too small, did I? What did I do? Ah! I needed 3 1/4. Dang it all. I know what I'll do. I've got a plan. I've got a plan. No problem. Okay, so what I need then is another one that's 1 3/4. So I need some strips. Hold on. Where are my ones that are cut? Don't want to lose the ones that are actually cut to the right size, or not the right size. Okay, so is this my 6? 1 2 3 4 5. Where's my other one? Where'd you go? Well, what did I do with it? Ah, there it is. I think 6. Okay. So what I need to do is, this is 1 3/4, so I just need to trim. Let's do 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch strips, and I'll just break it up, make it look like it was on purpose. 2. Might have to be 1/4 inch instead of 1/2 inch, but 3, 4, 5. I did it way too quickly, my math. 5, 6. All right. No worries. So So I want to leave there. And then I'll take the one that has the most purple, because oh no. Oh, Lisa. Oh my goodness. I just looked to see that. Goodness, thank goodness they ran and didn't do anything worse than that. Goodness gracious. There. Problem solved. It looks like it's supposed to be like that. See? Problem solved. I'm not going to waste my jelly prints because I made an error in math. Don't know what I was thinking. Oh. Thanks, Brenda. There. See? Perfect solution. Adds a little more color. A little more texture. This one I think I'll put on the top because the butterfly is on the bottom. So I'll put the extra little piece across the top instead of the bottom. And if you have a really small sentiment stamp, you could actually stamp the small, oh, you know what? Those little stamps from, whatchamacallit, from Stampin' Up! Would work perfectly on these little strips. That's where you could put your sentiment if you want to add a thank you or whatever. Bye, Jamie. Thanks for coming. Yeah, Carrie, it's all your fault, my math problem today. Blame it on someone. It's the heat. Okay. Okay, Lisa. See you. Thanks for coming. Two, three, four, five. No worries, Lisa. Bye, Joycey. See you later. No worries. Oh, baby wipe. Keeps sticking to my... Oh, where'd it go? Oh no. Where did my little piece go? Oh, there it is. I was going to say, I had glue on it. Where the heck did it go? I need a little bit more down this edge, though. And one more. Okay. Let's see. Oops. Tuck into that. All right, and nice strip. Okay. Okay, so there's 6 little cards. Now you could just hole punch the corner and put a ribbon through it, because sometimes that's how you can hang them on things, but I'm going to make little envelopes to go with them. So my envelope punch board says that I need 5 by 5 and a score at 2. So I've got some get 2 envelopes out of each piece of paper, but wait, hold on. Hold on, those are kind of wrinkled. Let me see if I can get ones that are in a little better shape than that. Oh, maybe not. One, 2, 3. That's better. Okay, 5. Oops. Let's actually do the 5 this way first, so that I have a longer strip here to do something else on. And then do my 5. And my 5. Okay, so I'm only going to do 2 at a time this time. Learn my lesson. I can score 2 at a time. Thank you, Carrie. And at 2 inches. Punch. Now, if these are cardstock, you'd only want to do, I'm going to use theirs because it is a little easier. It's made perfectly for the groove. Oh, shoot, it moved. If you're doing cardstock, you can only do one at a time. And you only need to punch one of the long ends and then the two shorter edges. Whoops. There's two more. Oh, cool, Carrie. Yeah. Okay, so let's quickly put these together. Whoa, Jean. Wow. A little too quick on the draw for that one. Oh, I forgot to trim them. Alright, so for this size, I'm just going to trim off 3/4 of an inch instead of a whole inch. And I didn't round all of them off, except I only rounded the one, so I have to go back and round these off. Hold on. Oh, that one didn't work very well. Didn't have it in there straight. It's pretty bad when you can't even line things up in a hole punch, isn't it? It's right there for you and everything all set. Alright. If I did make these out of cardstock, I wouldn't make them out of 110 pound, the envelopes, because... Oh, Brenda, I can't wait for everyone to see. I'm excited. Mine turned out so great. Okay, so since these are all kind of not really any, they're all this long way, I can put in the flap, put the card inside, and there's your card and envelope all ready to go. Now this envelope's quite a bit bigger than the card, but whatever. Some of them with the envelope punch board. I have never done this size before, so I guess I should have tested it first, but I don't know. It doesn't bother me that much. It's close enough. I know Jen likes to have hers perfectly matching the size, so I could have started. Oh no, I have to add, oops, I forgot to put my, hold on, gotta add my, now since this is usually just a card, I'm going to just put a little piece of tape across the top, because you wouldn't want to, you don't usually glue the whole thing down anyway for a gift. Well, I don't anyway, so that's what I usually do. Hold on. Fold the flap inside. Put the card inside. And there you go. Hey Linda! Hi CB! Nice to see you guys. I made some jelly prints and then I made some cards. So I made 4 of A2 size cards and envelopes, matching envelopes. I needed these for a mailing, so I figured perfect chance to make them. Okay, so I got 4 A4 size and I got 6 little gift card size. That's what I've done so far. Yes, Linda, and I did in part 1, I showed you my little haul happy mail I got from you. Thank you so much. I already have an idea for the journal. Okay. Thanks, Linda. I'm enjoying seeing your prints that you made. I still have to add some little decorative aspect to these little envelopes, but I'll do that once I get the cards all inside them. So it was fun working on my zines. When I was at Mom's, I did all the sketches, and I kind of liked the sketches, and even my sister thought my idea was cool, and she liked all my sketches. So that was neat because she's the real artist and the artist that in the family that won't use her art talents. She still hasn't put anything in the journal that I gave her a year and a half ago for Christmas. She says, I keep thinking about it, but she's worse than me as far as being a perfectionist. So she doesn't like to put anything down on the paper because she's worried she's not going to get it perfect and finish it. I used to be like that. Finally getting over that. Which I'm glad of because, like her, I'd get nothing done if I didn't get over that. The envelope maker, CB. Oh, cool, Carrie. I have one of our new $10 bills that I'm going to throw in with my package. So you can see and feel what our wonderful plastic money feels like. Oh, cool. Yeah, Carrie, that's true. We'll get them all back. And oh, hold on. I almost forgot to put the tape on there. Yeah, I know. I'll have to make sure she gets them out of the mailbox right away so they don't, like, melt. You leave our money on your dashboard of your car, they'll melt. Of course, they'll get stolen too, but, I mean, anyway. Okay, so, you don't want to put them in the dryer, apparently, either. One more. Oh my gosh, this song was on a show last night, and now I've been singing it ever since. By the way, on my online place that I like to watch TV, someone can put it in chat. I'm not going to say it out loud. It's legal because it's on there, but anyway, I found this new British cop show called New Tricks. Now, I found it a while ago and watched the first episode, and then I forgot about it. And then Kathy reminded me about it. It's called New Tricks, and it's hilarious. It's about a superintendent who's kind of got herself in trouble, so they kind of downposted her to this new command where they open, well, the cases are all still open, but unsolved crimes and open cases, unsolved crimes. And they take back these 3 police officers who are already retired police officers, and let's just say it's like grumpy old men as a police force. It's just, I mean, and they actually solve the crimes, but it's so funny. It's not like stupid slapstick funny. It's just funny and very entertaining. So I've been watching episodes of those while I was working on my zines. Okay, so now we want to add a little bit of extra to the page. So I'm just going to cut up some of these leftover pieces here. Let's do a little less than, no, it has to be just maybe 1/4 of an inch because these envelopes are pretty small. You just want to add a little color. Whoops. Three. No, that one's not quite. That one went crooked on me. Which means this one's going to be crooked unless I trim it down first. Three. That just kind of looks like a blob of black, so I don't really want to use that. Let's use these. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so just going to trim them down. Bye, Linda. It's called New Tricks, Carol. New Tricks. No, well, actually, one of the big reasons they did it was because it's going to, like, good luck trying to counterfeit the money. Like, it's basically going to be impossible because they've added so many features to it. There's no way someone's going to be able, they're going to be able to counterfeit it. But, and they do have the Braille on it for the blind, which is been a feature of Canadian money. They've had that for quite a few years. But, sorry, I've got this, holy smoly. That didn't work out very good. Let's try this again. Hard to make fishtail on one's this narrow. Yes, it is. One more. Wow, that's the one that went very crooked. Not sure if I made that better or worse. Alright, let's try and make this flag here. There we go. Whoa, that didn't get to the corner. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay, now Just add these to the envelopes and we'll be all set. Oops. So, nope. Oh, bye, Carol. Have fun. I'm almost done here anyway. So, anytime you put anything on the outside of the envelope, you have to make sure it is adhered down well, because you don't want it getting caught in any of the... Of course, this is too small to mail anyway. It's for a gift. But just in general, if you're decorating cards, make sure anything you do on it is... Thank you, CB. It just adds a touch to the envelope, so it's not so blah. So, and use up extra little pieces of the paper as well. And there we go. So, oops, piece of cardstock caught there. Alrighty. Oh, I bet, Linda. Yep. Alright, so I've got 4 cards that size. So in the matter of an hour, I jelly plated and made 4 regular size cards and 6 little gift cards. So, an hour and a half. So, thank you everyone for coming this evening. And if you were late, I'm sorry you missed all the fun with my misplaced moved camera and some very interesting shots. Yeah, that recording didn't get saved. Sorry. Made it into the garbage, that recording. thank you everyone. I'm going to get all cleaned up here and let's save the recording.